Welcome to Art Deco Out of the Closet with the Deco Guys, and On the Road to New Hope with Art Deco. Tonight we're going to be examining about 17 pieces of Art Deco, much like that show on PBS whose name I cannot mention.
This is going to be exciting because it's our first live show in front of a live audience. We're having a lot of our, some of our friends, some people who we don't know, but we advertised in the newspapers to try and get more people out here, and we're really pleased with the turnout, and we're really pleased that you're all here, and hopefully you'll have a great time.
Now, before we start the show, I do have a question for you. I know you have great taste in Art Deco, but I have a question. Where did you get this outfit? It's like the only taste you have is in your mouth looking at that outfit.
This was sort of a joke because I came here dressed in this, and then it was sort of like a, you bitch. It was sort of like straight eye for the queer guy, because our producers came by and said, "Oh, don't you have anything else to wear?" But I asked my stylist from It's a Beautiful Life, who I love, who did my makeup, Jennifer, and she said I looked just fine. So
she did say that.
Yeah, she did.
But she wasn't wearing her glasses.
You're mean.
Okay.
But anyway, you've been mean. We've been together for 18 years, so we've been mean to each other quite often. Quite often.
Right now,
we need to introduce our lovely Carol Merrill. We're going to have someone who will be bringing out the different items. Now, this person is a very special person in our town of New Hope. It's someone who has, well, if ever you have a benefit, if ever you need anything, this person is always there. His name is Michael Gardner, or AKA, her name is Pumpkin, and here is Pumpkin.
Carol Merrill of the Deco Guys.
Let's hear it for Pumpkin.
Thank you, Pumpkin. Okay.
And this is a radio lamp. Do you know what a radio lamp is? Okay, for people who don't know what a radio lamp is a lamp is a lamp that people used to put on top of their radios to give off a glow in the room before there was...
Back in the 1930s.
Back in the 1930s, when people were listening to the Green Hornet and all of those shows and George Burns and Gracie Allen on the radio, you didn't want to be distracted, so you turned down the lights and have it very, very quiet. You'd muffle the children, and then you would put on your radio lamp to give a nice little glow to the room so that you can see around, and you'd listen to the radio. And
so will this muffle my children when they're crying at night?
Well,
no, you'll do that.
I never knew.
You'll do that. But actually, the radio lamps were the takeoff in the 30s and 40s, and then in the 50s they came up with TV lamps. And most TV lamps are lit from behind, because when you're listening to the radio and looking at it, the whole thing could be lit. But when you're watching a television, you don't want the glare, so it's lit from behind. So first came the radio lamps, then came the TV lamps.
And the radio lamps are much better made with wonderful Czechoslovakian globes. So, I mean, this is a really, really good piece.
It's a really good find.
I was told I could get this appraised here tonight.
Yes, we can do that, but why don't you have a seat over there? That's a great lamp.
It's a family, a heirloom.
A heirloom. Okay, why don't you have a seat over there, sir,
there?
and we'll take care of you a little later. Just enjoy the show.
A heirloom, is that
a heirloom?
Well, I could use a heirloom.
More than a heirloom.
Is that like a hair weave?
He was pretty. There we go.
Thank you very much.
much.
Thank you very much. Our guest with this is Lori
Ward.
Ward.
Now, Lori is from Middlesex, New Jersey, and tell us something about the lamp.
I don't know too much about it. I got it about 2 years ago at a garage sale, and I knew it was Art Deco, and that's what we started decorating with a couple years ago, and I paid $35.
$35.
Yeah, and it's nice lighting in front of pictures.
Okay.
It's nice low lighting.
Well, this is a great piece. It is not an unusual piece. This is Joan of Arc. It's rather common. This is a newel post lamp, which is a little different from a radio lamp. This would be perhaps in a person's foyer, on a newel post, going up the stairs.
At the very bottom of the stairs, you would have these lamps set in the post.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful piece during the beginning of the 20th century, because I mean, people at the beginning of the 20th century, it was so high tech to have your house electrified and to have some beautiful piece of statuary with a wonderful globe or some lighting on top of it. It really said something about the person. It gave them it was in finer homes, and it said that this was a house that had prestige. This piece, according to our book,
Now, we also had this lamp. It also came in different shades, and we had it in here. And it's made of white metal. It's late 1920s. This glass has been replaced, we know that. And it actually is a value of about $510.
That's nice.
So you have
Good
it.
investment.
It was a good
Oh,
investment.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're really schlepping it.
Now this is a great chair. This, oh, one sec. One sec. I want to make a point here. This is a wonderful chair. Unfortunately, there's an awful lot of knockoffs. This happens not to be a knockoff. One thing to be aware of when you see pieces like this is quality. We want to make sure that when you look for a piece, that you're looking at something and you're looking to make sure that it's real. that it's made up the right way. That the foundation and everything is exactly as it should be.
And one of the best ways is always on the bottom of the piece.
It's always to turn it over and check the bottom. It's a perfect way, and then you can see whether it's real or not.
Thank you very much.
They're real.
And if you turn this over, one thing that you do notice is that it is real. This is made by Knoll International, which is the company that is making the true Wassily chair, or in Pumpkins, Wassily chair.
What can you tell us about it? When did you get
He
it?
stole all my lines.
Go on.
I bought a home about a year ago, and in the guest house, I purchased from the previous owner all the furniture. It was a furnished guest house. When we were negotiating the price, he said, well, I want $1,000 for all the furniture, and it was all mostly leather and modern furniture. And I said, well, I'll give you $800 and get rid of the two ugly chairs. And he says, give me $1,000 and you can have the ugly chairs. And he says, why don't you like the chairs? And I said, they don't really go with the other furniture.
Okay.
And he says, well, you know, these are very famous chairs. And we were like, yeah. So we bought the house and the furniture. Then I did research on the internet. And I found, as John said before, there were knockoff chairs that were like $299.
Right.
It was originally designed in 1925 by Marcel Brewer, and he was designing a house, and he designed this chair. He had a bicycle, and this is what kind of gave him the idea of using tubular steel to make the chair. And now, reading on the internet the other night, they say it's the most copied chair in the world.
They're out there for $200 on the repros.
We know on the internet that it's at $1,900 for a new chair. For these two chairs, which you have another one at home,
Yes, it's a pair of them.
we think that it's worth at least $3,000 for the pair, which would be $1,500 at least.
Oh, at least. They're
because
$1,900 to
Great
buy them new.
investment, a great
Right.
investment for $200.
It's an incredible investment. Congratulations.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a great story, too.